even that.
Okay, so welcome to this transmission and portal and session. It's the 11th of August 2026, and I am joined by Anca Lavinia. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for being here. Like, this is an amazing impromptu meetup.
It certainly is. So Anca and I met, I don't know, a few months ago, perhaps, in a wonderful business networking and mentoring space. And we connected deeply, strongly, on a very peer friendship, um, deep level. And Anchor is my friend who will sing to me on a voice note on the morning sometimes, which I love. I love that. I mean, it's like we've known each other forever and we're like, good morning, good morning.
I
Okay.
love that too. And you're the only one that I do that with.
Yay. So we are in a place of flow and trust. And a little while ago, whenever, maybe a week ago, maybe more than that, we were in conversation and you said to me, I feel a real resonance with the 11th of August. That came through to you, didn't it?
Yes. Even longer than a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I had that pop out sometime in July, and I had no idea why. It was like the 11th stands out, and then it was like 11th and 12th, but the most potent is 11th. So I was curious about what this would bring. And it brought us here, which is amazing.
Yeah. So overnight, last night, I had a wonderful sleep despite my hot flushes. I had a great sleep, but then occasionally when I woke up, it was like I was in a visionary, light-filled, amazing space. I was having these future visions that were utterly, gloriously golden and grounded and so potently beautiful, the kind of thing that just enriches your entire body and energy fields. I felt wonderful. And when I woke this morning, you were the first person I thought to contact because I could feel a big shift in the just general energy field. I'm a projector. I feel these collective shifts. So I messaged you first thing this morning, didn't I, to kind of go, wow, I feel amazing. What's happening for you?
Yeah,
And
true.
you shared with me.
And you were the first one that you popped out in my mind, in my morning, before you wrote to me, because I'm like 2 hours ahead of you. So um, it was like, wonder what's that about. And then when you woke up, you wrote me. And yeah, I shared with you that I was not even like woken up, and and this like some type of grid work called to me suddenly, unexpectedly. The way that I function is usually in the mornings. I have my quiet time. I do my prayers, my intention, my stuff, and then sometimes, as I'm there, stuff pops up. And usually it is something that has to do with me, something I have to like work through, or some revelation, or whatever message. But today it was very different and unexpected because it was more of a grid work, clearing energetically, some overlays, and it brought me in UK. I have a common project with someone, and that was probably related to that as well because she's there in UK. You are in UK, and then it brought me back to the city I'm in, and to the church in the city, to the most known, very touristy spot that everyone comes and sees that I don't resonate with. Yeah. And yeah, from there it was an entire, I don't know, half an hour, something like that, of clearing distortions and grids, and With the common denominator of persecution, inquisition, oppression of the divine feminine, and restoration of the organic flow and connection between God and earth. God's heart is how I saw it. God's heart, Gaia's heart, and then Christ Sophia union templates also being activated, both in Gaia's ley lines and grid, because as many people know, there's also a distorted overlay over the land, and there's a lot of spots on the land in different countries and places in the world that are powerful spots, vortexes that have been hijacked and distorted, and instead of being vortexes of light and nourishing, they are siphoning energy and they are taking energy. And that was one of the things that popped up as well, like the crumbling of the extractive energy grids that are present everywhere nowadays in our world, in all industries, in all systems, on the land as well, because that's why you cut trees down and we don't respect nature. That's also extraction. And of course, it's tied to the extraction of the womb of the divine feminine. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Whew. I feel the energy of it so deeply. And the reason that we came together today to record something is because when you shared with me the truth of how your morning had begun and the depth of the work that you had been called into, I heard something on a completely different, wider frequency level. So I remember when you shared with me, I was just putting a banana in the compost and you were sharing, I was listening to you, and you said, you said, is this really happening? God, am I really doing this? Is this really coming through me? And I really felt you, because what I want to acknowledge to anyone listening, I know this, like this isn't just something I believe. I know it because I speak to so many deeply heart-centered, talented, spiritually minded, gifted women who intuitively show up for their own work, the work that they just know how to do, work that they have honed and practiced and developed so privately and deeply through their body, through their knowing for years. And I got this sense that what you had been bringing through was actually to be shared much more widely, because there are people like me. Like suddenly I was going, oh yeah, well, I keep being shown Westminster Abbey. Oh, hello. Like the level of what I see is this like light and dark just existing together, the overlays that are just knitted and entangled so deeply. And there are so many of us who have those abilities to untangle the threads, those quantum entanglements, almost like, and if anybody watching is not sure what Westminster Abbey is, it's a massive burial ground of kings and queens and various people from many, many centuries. It's in the heart of, well, no, okay, in the centre of London. I'm not going to say the heart of. It's in the centre of London, right next to Parliament. The level of, my goodness. I want to say the level of light and dark and control existing together, everything squashed together alongside each other, is so heavy at that place. And yet repeatedly recently I have been shown the light side, the coming through of the divine feminine codes that have been well, like literally right there, they've been written, they've been known by some of us,
Mm-hmm.
by people who can feel that and feel the difference. And I guess what I felt when I heard what you were saying is I connected up with the light grid, if you like, of the Sophia Christos grid of women who do this work, who understand this work in their own way. And, I want to just say to anyone listening, let's just take away any notions of this is the only way to do something. No, there are so many of us who have been at this for years. We understand through the vessel of our own divine vessel, we understand what we are doing in our own way. And there are so many of us holding the light codes in our own way. And there's a coming together now, a coming together in this North Node in Aquarius, this South Node eclipse. There's a readiness of people to move beyond where we have been in competition, in fear, and move into trusted networks, interdependent networks of love and support, and knowing that we have truly got each other.
And into the heart of the lion, which is the heart of courage. Courage to stand in the heart, courage to feel with the heart and through the heart, courage to feel everything that needs to be felt, courage to show up. And one of the things is show up imperfectly human, because this has been very big for a lot of us. We have been hiding a lot out of fear, out of distortion, out of all of the things in the past. And it's time somehow to allow ourselves to just show up, as you said, in our own light, and more than that, trust our hearts, trust the truth in our hearts, trust the purity that we know it is in our hearts, even though and even when other people project and distort and interpret and whatever they do. And this in the past for me personally was a big thing, because I would not trust myself and always think that the other one knows better, sees more, is more advanced, all of that. And I know many of us went through that or are there. And with time and with continuing on this path, it's like, as you said too, I don't have to be like her. I don't have to do like she does it. That doesn't mean that I do it wrong. That doesn't mean that there's something off with me because I feel it differently or I do it differently. And this comes also with taking down from the pedestal everyone we put there, thinking they are better and more than us. And this is sometimes where I came with this type of, am I really doing this? Like, because it feels sometimes that it's such a big work, that in a big mission and a big moment, even like the moment this morning or other types of moments like this, it feels like kind of like it should be more of us doing this together, because I'm like the little one, me, myself, who, whatever, you know. But then is like, there's time and time again in my experiences where I've been shown and felt how powerful I am, how a big of a container I am, how a lot of capacity I have for doing big and deep work that not a lot of people are able to do. And then this comes with that thread of trusting that yes, I'm doing it. Yes, what I'm seeing is real. Yes, this is not imagination, because I hear that a lot as well. Yes, it's not a little tiny thing that you should hide. And thank you so much for bringing this forward and for actually inviting me, as I also told you before when we were talking. Like, you are gently pushing me and inviting me into, let's say, the stage or the light of being seen more. Um, because you see me and what I do in a way that I don't see myself. Of course, that's why we're mirrors for each other. That's why we need people. And then you're like, you need to take this further publicly for other people as well to hear, if you resonate with it, of course.
Yes.
And
And
I'm trusting you. That's why I said yes, because the type of connection that we have, and I think this is important too to say, the type of connection that we have speaks into the trust piece and into the new era, new paradigm, new earth type of living and relationships and connecting, where we, I would say, like, dare, or we did enough work so that we meet with those people we really feel we can trust. It can be a lonely path, this path. It can be a lonely path, and that's also because there's a lot of distortion going on, and you have to like protect your energy at some point. And then there's the doubts and the lows and all of that, and you don't know, and you're stumbling, and you're having your own experience, that's messy. And then you meet someone and you feel, wow, like, I can fully be myself. I'm seen. There's no competition, there's no envy, there's no taking down of each other. And this plays a major role, let me tell you, and for everyone, this plays a major role in healing the sister wound and the wounds in between women. So one of the things that also I want to thank you for is seeing how my work and my little piece of the world, let's say, and other women's works and their own pieces of the world are doing so much for the collective.
yes,
Because we don't see it.
yes,
We're like, I'm doing this little thing in my home today, or in my forest, or here by the river, I don't think about it. It's just what I'm intuitively called to do. And since I walk the devotional path, this is normal for me. It's not something I think of, analyze, whatever. I'm just doing it. And then you're here and you're saying, oh, this has a massive impact for the collective. Oh, this is something other people should know. Oh, you're not even imagining how, like, the codes and the frequencies work and weave and all of that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, true. We're interconnected. True.
thank you. Thank you for saying all of that. What I'm feeling deeply is just gonna have a little selenite on my head. What I feel very, very deeply into all that you're saying, all that you're bringing, it's not only the heart codes, it's the solar plexus.
Power.
And I tune into what the collective is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm very tuned into the high number of women, particularly, who are light workers, grid workers, intuitives,
Mm-hmm.
deep divers, soulful, heart-led, beautiful women. And I want to say to anyone watching, you know how to tune into your heart. You know what love feels like, and that is enough. That's enough to move us beyond fear, comparison, competition, anything like that. Any of those old frequencies And though we will understand and have worked through so many of those entanglements through our own journeys, we will have had to work through them. That's not what we're about right now. Right now, we're about tuning into the genuine strength and power that you hold within yourselves. And I'm feeling it as such a strong solar plexus. You may want to put your right hand on your solar plexus, and that's partly to protect any siphoning of your life force energy and the divine masculine within you and the divine feminine within you. As you feel stronger and stronger to show up in the world in the truth of what you are carrying and what you have always been carrying in the highest frequency of your soul's original purpose for your highest potential in this lifetime. And that wonderful golden light of who you really are, who you've always known yourself to be in the brightest, highest, most incredible divine moments of your existence. That is real. And we are all connected up in a wonderful, bright, united way at this time. And there are so many of us connected with these ley lines, connected with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, and Father Sky. However that comes through to you, that is not what matters. I want you to know that whatever we say here today, this is a space that is free of dogma. And this is not a time to get overly attached to words. Too many wars have been fought over syntax. There are certain words that act as triggers for people, but that's not what we're about now. We understand what nature is, what harmony is, what love is, what organic is. We understand that. And anyone who doesn't won't be feeling the vibration of what we're bringing. So what I would love to do is to invite Anca now to lead us through the intuitive cleansing and deeper feeling of what we as women already really know and intuitively feel how to do. But until we bring this together, until we work together, we may not be completing this process. I know that that is true for me, and I don't feel any fear or vulnerability about admitting that. I often know that I'm shown things that feel too big, and I don't shy away from it. I work within my remit and capacity because I don't want to burn myself out. And I know that I grow in structure and capacity and love all the time. But when we unite, when we bring this energy together, we are so much more than the sum of our parts.
There's an activation and probably a beginning of something, some journey coming through since you were talking. So keep your hand or hands however you feel on the solar plexus. If you're guided to put your hand anywhere else, listen to your intuition, listen to your body, do your own thing. You don't have to look a certain way, you don't have to sit a certain way, you don't have to do it a certain way. You're a sovereign woman who holds wisdom, so you already know if your head wants to move, or if your hands want to move, or if your body wants to move, or if you want to yell or sing or cry or whatever you need to do. do it and listen to that. That's the sovereignty part of it. And just feel into whatever pours through me. See how that and feel how that lands for you and what that brings for you. I'm going to use light language, or how I best resonate with it, I would say soul language through. This is part of how I function and how I work and how I channel. So I'm just giving a heads
I'm
up.
just going to put myself on mute because I can feel noise coming through, but this is your session now to guide.
Okay. Shiaratana heti shiriti anakuatera shiariatiania kuarata sharahatana kiatiatia shiariatiana urutush anakies kiatiatiatiatiatiatia shiana watuarates anahish arawatakarata shanakia. Inviting in the light of God, inviting in Mother Father to keep this space safe and held. We also have Christ with us from the beginning. This is a sacred, safe space for everyone. Sacred Sophianic women, clearing now the distortions, clearing now all the chains, all the hooks in the solar plexus, clearing now everything that is siphoning, it has been siphoning energy from the primordial divine feminine, clearing those oppression programs. And now I see the layers of religious dogmatic programming and overlays, bindings and implants. Thank you, Christ, for taking all of these out. Shira kasana yeti shira tu reana hasa shakara tia siria shiana kara tua se ya shira tua se ya kasturu tu ra anakishkira tia urashta anakua reti shi araskutush uno akieta. Clearing the channel, the womb, the solar plexus, and the heart. Shira kuatesi, shiana kuatesi, aratia shia waratesi, anaka eria hoatash, for the remembering of your extraordinary power, for the remembering of your extraordinary wisdom, for the remembering of the true organic blueprint that you are created with from the true organic God of love. Shenaki sarati ashira kuatana hatasharati seretiani akush urtuana hetiera tas araheshiana kuaterati asiashiana kuareteana hataka. Esiashi, clearing out the layers of fear that have been embedded in our energy fields, in your hearts, those fears that would not allow you to speak up, to show up, to shine, and to trust who you truly are. Clearing all that type of distortion from all and across all timelines, realities, dimensions, now for everyone present that listens. Anaki shira tua sara ke anata sareti shirikia watu shukua na etia siare ashia ke anatua tasa hatana kuatu. Thank you, God, for beginning the clearing and the dissolving of all types of strongholds, binds, of all types of overlays that do not come from you, that do not come from the light. Thank you, God, for clearing all that type of distortion in our minds, in our hearts, in our wombs. And thank you for recalibrating our fields in such way that we truly step into, feel, and own our own codes, frequency, our own truth, our own power, our own wisdom, all in service to you. Shiratana kushuate siatia shianakarata sashragi iya wate shiriatia yeshiriatia. And I feel a return of the gifts, a return of all the gifts from all different paths, ancestry, and lineages that each woman holds. It is time for these gifts to return and to be activated, because it is now time to step into service through these gifts that you are remembering now or later. Sheratia na waratash kes aratia na kwatesh arasana kiatiatesh arawatesh. And there's this song of Sophia that wants to come through for the remembering and activation of the Sophianic body, of the Sophianic templating in completion to and with the Christed sacred union, inner sacred union first. Message that comes through is the enslavement era. It is done, it is closing, it is over. Your wombs are set free, your creational power is set free, your voice is set free, your heart is set free. The rose medicine is also present, the rose petals. You might perceive your own color of rose. The rose petals are swirling in our field, and they go wherever is needed for each of us to offer their medicine. She are the sacred rose, they are the sacred rose. Eria shiana kuarateari, eria shiana kuarateari, restoring the joy, restoring the joy, restoring the joy, restoring the divine joy. Ooh, ah, 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 ooh. Ah, ah, ooh. Shira, and coming back into the heart. The channel between the heart and the solar plexus is being recalibrated and activated. Allow yourself to feel however you feel that, so that you not only stand in your power, but you stand in your power combined and infused with sacred love, compassion, kindness, patience, peace. And the question that arises now is, what is your next creation? What is your next creation from this new inner space? What is it that arises for you right now? And it can be anything. Opening the channel and reconnecting our hearts with God's heart. However you feel that, however that is real for you, connecting with God's heart, connecting with God's love, returning into God's safety, remembering, and you are being reminded that you are part of God's army. And when you walk with God, there is nothing that has power over you. And I see this beautiful army of women in their light, in their golden light bodies, walking together. Whew. With the power of the rose with them, with the power of the song with them, with the power of the prayer with them. Each one with their own beautiful gifts and frequencies, and all together in the same service of love and union, truth and harmony. And allow yourselves to just, if there's any residue left of the armor that you are carrying on your shoulders, around your heart and on your chest, if there's any residues of that armor, of that hard armor, allow it to come down from your shoulders, allow it to melt away, allow it to make room and space for your big, beautiful heart and energy to be seen, so you can be seen and recognized, so others can recognize you and you can recognize others, your family, your tribe. And lean into trust with one another. I now see, and it's stepping forward, the Mary Magdalene frequency, however you perceive that, however that is real for you. She can be a person, or she can be just a frequency or color or feeling, any way you connect with her. She is coming forward. Mary Magdalene Sophia, she's coming forward, and she is anointing you, and she is gifting you a specific, unique gift that you are ready to receive. It's like an opening of a new chapter, of a new path, even a new life for some of you. And she is gifting all of us with strength to walk this devotional path no matter what. To stand in our greatness, in our power, in our fullness, in our bigness. To know that when we are walking this way and we are rooted in our hearts, we are walking with God, every step we take is a blessing for the earth. Every breath we take is a blessing for everyone and everything around us. Inviting you back into your bodies and feeling into your solar plexus, feeling into your heart, feeling into this inner space and being present with what is right now. Maybe taking a few deep breaths in to begin to anchor yourself back into the present moment. Thank you, Mother, Father. Thank you, Christ. Thank you, Sophia, Mary Magdalene. Thank you, Rose, for being here with us today, for all that we have received. Thank you for everything that we will continue to receive, integrate in the next few days, weeks, and months. Thank you, God, for sealing our fields in your light so that we are peacefully integrating in the most harmonious way possible for each of us during these days, over the night, and the upcoming days as well. Niki shira tua se naki arete shira watu nake anna sakia shirete saratua shena watush urpush anaki arete shirete shia watu arana ta saratash anakiatis ish kia wanuku tush ara ete anakata kata. Doing whatever you need to do right now. If you need to like sway or shake or just give yourself a hug or feel anything you need to feel, take a sip of water. Trust what it is present for you. You teared up all the time. Thank you for receiving it, for being present with us. It's always new for me too. I'm experiencing it with you for the first time as well. Every time I do a session of any kind.
Thank you so much. And for anyone watching here, Thank you for being present with us. Thank you, Anca, for bringing through what you did. Underneath this video, I will put both mine and Anca's details so that if anyone feels that they want to reach out to either of us over the next few days or whenever you find this transmission, please feel free to do so. What I feel called to do now is to close down this space, and then I will record a separate postscript transmission of what came through for me so that we can kind of do a separate extra closing. So just to say to anyone watching here today, Anca, would you like to invite people to just have that extra layer of closing down the energy field, because that was incredibly big?
Yes, and before that, there's a thing coming up that is required of me to say, and that is giving thanks to all our ancestors, giving thanks to all the women that walked the path before us, recognizing them, their lives, and even their sacrifices, because there was not an easy path to walk the paths that they walked in past centuries. We all know that, and it is an emotional moment in time because they are so grateful that we see them and that their lives were not for nothing. So thank you so much for everything that you did, for opening the way and the path, for standing in devotion no matter how hard it was, so that we can do that now. And we can also open the path for our daughters and all future generations, because remember, we will be the ancestors at one point. So with that said, just bringing back your energy, calling back all your energy, all your parts, calling back all of your essence, calling everything that's yours back here now in this present moment in the body, from anywhere and everywhere you are visiting and connecting. Allowing yourself to actually really feel your body and your breath. Anchoring your energy down into the earth, either through your soles of the feet, either if you feel more through your womb, through your sacrum, whatever feels more natural for you, anchoring down into the earth. You can choose any type of layer of the earth. For some, it's just a few centimeters in the earth. For others, it's deep, deep, deep into the heart and core of the earth. For others, it's the roots of the trees. Anchoring the energy down. And having this extra layer that Christ is placing on us is like a mantle, a golden mantle with symbols on it to protect us and to keep our fields sealed in this beautiful light for further integration in a safe way. Remember, you can always call on Christ, you can always call on God, you can always call on layers of protection or support. Do that as you are called. Thank you
so much, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to stop that recording there. So thank you to everyone who has been here with us today. Sending you so many blessings and so much love and gratitude for the work that you do. You are seen, you are loved, you are known.
Thank you. Blessings, everyone.